number 4 of practice set 4.1 on your page number 61, textbook page number 61. Today we are going to complete our question number 5 and question number 6. What is question number 5 given to us? That is, convert the following ratios into percentage. Okay, whatever the ratios are given here to us, that we have to convert it into percentage. A simple formula to convert into percentage, whatever the given ratio is there, multiply by 100. First we will write like this: 15 as to 25, which is equal to 15 divided by 25. Okay, which is multiplied by 100. Okay, if we multiply by 100, whatever the given ratio, we get the percentages. Okay, so we will solve this. Now 25 and 100 can be divided because 25 ones are 25, fours are 100. So what we get? 15 multiplied by 4. 15 fours are, it is 60%. Very simple example it was. Whatever the ratio is given, simply multiply by 100, you will get the percentages. Okay. In last example or in last lecture, we have seen such examples that where percentages were given and that we have to convert it into ratio. Now ratio is given and we are going to convert into percentages. Okay. We see the second example. It is 47 as to 50. 47 as to 50. Okay. Again the same thing. You have to convert into percentages. So 47 as to 50, which is equal to 47 divided by 50 multiplied by 100. To convert into percentage, whatever the ratio is there, multiply by 100. Again here, 50. Either you can cancel 0, 0, then 5 ones are 5 twos are, or 50 twos are 100. It is one and the same thing. 47 multiplied by 2. 47 multiplied by 2. So this is 94 percentages. 94 percentage. Very simple kind of examples these are. Only you have to multiply by 100 and find out the percentage. Okay. Third example. 7 upon 10. 7 upon 10. Okay, it is directly given in the ratio fraction form. So here we can write like this also. This is equal to 7 as to 10. Okay. So we can write like this also, 7 as to 10, which is equal to 7 divided by 10 multiplied by 100. Again 10 ones are 10, 10s are, so it will become 70%. Fourth one. 546 divided by 600. Okay. Either you can write like this or you can directly solve. 546 divided by 600 multiplied by 100. Again here 0, 0 get cancelled. So only what you have to divide, that is 546 divided by 6. If you can divide it directly, you can divide directly. 91. This is your 91. 6 nines are 54. And 6 ones are 6. So 91%. And the last one, I'll write it here. Fifth, that is 7 upon 16. 7 divided by 16. Simple, multiplied by 100. Okay. So here you have to either divide by 2 because 16 and 100 both are even numbers, or either you can divide by 4 also because in 4's table 100 comes. So you can divide by 4 also. So let us divide by 4. 4 4s are 16. 4 2s are 8. 2 remain, 2 0. 4 5s are 20. Okay. 7 into 25 divided by 4. Okay. 25 multiplied by 7. 175. 175 divided by 4. At numerator, multiplication is done. Divide by 4. Now you can find it on dividing by 4. 4 fours are 16. Right? 4 ones are 4 fours are 16. 1 remains. 15 is again there. So 4 threes are 12. 3s are 12. Or if it is become, we will solve like this also, 175 and 4. So 4 fours are for 16, 1 remains, 15, 4 threes are 12, 3 remains, 0 we take a point, 4 sevens are 28, right? 2 0 is there, 4 5s are 20. Complete division 43.75. So your answer is 43.75%. 43.75%. All the examples were direct. You will get direct division and all that things. But here you have to find the value in point, because 175 we are dividing by 4, that is even number. So if you cannot directly find it like this, you can find out because point was there. So it is better that if you solve like this on rough page or at one side, you can solve like this so that your answer is correct and perfect. So you won't make any mistakes. Okay. Let us see question number 6. What is question number 6 given to you? The ratio of ages of Abha and her mother is 2:5. Okay, the ratio of Abha is some daughter of mother, and their ages ratio is given, that is 2:5. At the time of Abha's birth, okay, Abha's birth, her mother's age was 27 years. Means at the age of when Abha birth, at that time her mother's age was 27 years. Find the present ages of Abha and her mother. Okay, so we have to find out the present ages of Abha and mother. So the ratio, how it is given, Abha as to mother is given. What is the ratio given to us? 2:5. 2:5. Okay. Let us suppose that present ages be 2x and 5x. Okay, because their ratio is given, ages ratio is given, so we can suppose that Abha's age is 2x and mother's age is 5x. So let us suppose Abha's age be 2x and mother's age be 5x. Okay, Abha's age is 2x and mother's age be 5x. Okay, what is the condition given to you? The condition is at the birth of Abha's mother's age was 27. Mother's age was 27. So you have to subtract Abha's age from mother's age. Mother's age में से आप अगर आभा का age subtract करोगे, then you will get how much? 27. Because at the birth of Abha's mother's age was 27. So we what kind of equation we get? 5x minus 2x is equal to 27. But obviously mother's age में से आभा का age subtract कर दो, तब mother का age कितना आएगा? 27. Then what you will get? The mother's age is as 27 years. Okay. So let us subtract this. 5x minus 2x. This equation comes here. So 5x minus 2x. This becomes 3x, which is equal to 27. So x is equal to 27 divided by 3. So x is equal to 9. So you get the value of x as 9. Now that value of x you can put in Abha's age and mother's age. Okay. Therefore, Abha's age is equal to, what we have considered Abha's age as 2x, which is equal to 2x, which is equal to 2 into 9, which is equal to 18. So Abha's age is 18. Mother's age. Mother's age, what is mother's age? It is 5x. Find out the value 5x. 5 into 9, which is equal to 45. Mother's age is 45. Now, if you put this value in this equation also, it will satisfy. See here, from mother's age, subtract Abha's age, you will get how much? 27. 45 minus 18 is 27. After getting the answers, you can also see, verify whether they are right or wrong. Okay, so does it satisfy this condition? It satisfies the given condition that mother's age minus Abha's age is equal to 27 years. Okay. So in this practice set, only we have to study up to question number 6 because 7 and 8 questions are not there in your syllabus. So they won't come. But if you want to try it at home for your practice, you can try it at home. Okay. So up to 6 question you have to see. All these questions will come under 1 mark. Whatever the questions we have learned till now in this practice set 4.1, from starting question number 1 to question number 6, all these questions will come for you for 1 marks. Whether it might be a lengthy question also, still it will come in a 1 mark because this is simple calculations. So all these examples will come under 1 mark. To find the ratio, to find the percentage, to find the reduced form, or this theoretical type of questions, all will come under 1 mark. Okay. So we have studied in last lecture and today's lecture the 1 mark question. Now we will go for the practice set 4.2. We are going to revise the given chapter. We have already learned about this chapter. We are going to revise now each and everything. So I'm directly taking your practice set 4.2. And we will see. Whenever the question will come, I will again take all the revision of whatever we have learned before this practice set also. Okay. So we will see the first example. In this practice set, we have to learn about comparison of ratios, then how the ratios are compared. Okay. So when this example will come, we will see. First question is given to us that using the property A upon B is equal to AK upon BK. Using this property, fill in the blanks substituting proper numbers in the following. Okay, fill in the blanks. First is given 5 upon 7 is equal to 5 upon 7 is equal to, at denominator what is given 28, which is equal to, next is 35, and which is equal to, next is 3.5. Okay. So this numbers you have to find out. Whatever the values are not given to us, that you have to find out. See, I have done here with a red box. Okay, this numbers we have to find out. Let us suppose this is X, or that value we have to find out. So say a question mark. Okay, all these values we have to find out. So let us say a question mark. Whatever the first two ratios are there, just take first two that ratios only. Suppose 5 upon 7 is equal to 28. Okay, this box you have to find out. Okay, now see the question. What is question given to us? Using this property. What property? A and B is multiplied with same number. A and B, both numerator and denominator, is multiplied by same number, and we will get the answer. Whatever the last answer is there, that we will get. So here to 5 by 7, we are going to multiply one such number, that we will get 28. Now in 7's table 28 comes. How much is 28? 7, how much is the 28 is there? So 7 4s are 28. So if we multiply 7 by 4, we'll get the answer as 28. Okay. So at denominator you have to multiply by 4. So at denominator if you are multiply by 4, then at numerator also you have to multiply by the same number, because we are using this property. A upon B is equal to AK upon BK. Okay. So here you are going to do like this. Suppose 5 upon 7, which is equal to, at denominator 28, and at numerator you can write a box also. Okay. So therefore this can be written as 5 upon 7, which is equal to 5 multiplied by 7 multiplied by, which is equal to 28, and here is the box. So 7 is multiplied by 4. 7 4s are, you get at denominator 28. So if you are multiplying by 4 at denominator, you have to multiply by 4 at numerator also. So 5 4s are, how much we get? That is 20. So this is your first box, which is fill up by the value, that is 20. Similarly, second. Now drop the first one, take the second one. Now 5 upon 7, which is equal to, this second one you have to take 35 upon box. Okay. 35 divided by, again the same thing. Now 5 is multiplied by such number which gives you 35 number. So same number you have to multiply by to 7 also, so that you will get your final answer. So we can write like this. Therefore 5 upon 7, which is equal to 5 multiplied by divided by 7 multiplied by, which is equal to 35 divided by the box. Okay. 5 7s are 35. 5 7s are 35. Means 7 5s are 5 will come at denominator. Same thing. 7 5s are 5 7s are 1 and the same thing. Okay. Sorry. If you are multiplying by 7 at numerator, that at denominator also you have to multiply by the same number, that is 7. Right? We are using this property, AK upon BK. Whatever we are multiplying at numerator, that thing only you have to multiply at denominator. If you are multiplying 5 by 7 to get 35, so at 7 also you have to multiply by 7. So 7 7s are, simply we get 49. So here in this box, your value is 49. Third one, 5 upon 7. Again, 5 upon 7, which is equal to 3.5. And this is the x. Okay. Now here are two ways to solve this example. See, this is point. Either you, if you want to remove the point, multiply by 10 to numerator and denominator, or you can think it directly. See here, if you divide by 7 by 2, if you divide 7 by 2, what you will get? 3.5. If you divide 7 by 2, you will get value 3.5. Same we will do at numerator. We will divide 5 by 2. Whichever is easy for you, that you can find. Okay. So it is simple. 7 half is 3.5. So we will write like this. Therefore 5 upon 7 is equal to 5 multiplied by 1 by 2 divided by 7 multiplied by 1 by 2. Because we are dividing by 2, so we are multiplying by 1 half. Okay. So at denominator it is 3.5, and 5 divided by 2 is how much? It is 2.5. It is 2.5. Very easy it is. Or if you want to store here in this box, it will become 2.5. So if you want to divide and multiply by 10, there 5 upon 7, which is equal to whatever the box is. Here 3.5 is there multiplied by 10. So if you are multiplying by 10 at numerator, at numerator also you have to multiply by 10. Whatever the box it is, we don't know. So there you have to multiply by 10. First multiply by 10, you will get, so here box into 10 divided by 35. Okay, 7, how much is the 35? It is 5. Okay, 5 divided by 7, which is equal to 7 multiplied by 5. So here also will become 5 multiplied by 5. At denominator it is 35. Here box multiplied by 10. Okay. So here 5 5s are 25. So in box it will come 25 multiplied by 10. So 250 divided by 3.5. So by either way you go, by either way you will get the same values. Okay. After dividing that ratio also you will get the same value. Okay. So whichever the easiest is for you, that you can pick up. I guess this one is easy. So by using this property, I am going to solve this example. We will see the second one. 9 upon 14. 9 upon 14, which is equal to 4.5. Okay. 4.5 divided by, here box is there, which is equal to, again a box upon 42. Divided by 42, which is equal to 3.5. At denominator it is 3.5. Okay. And at the numerator again you have to find the value. Okay, we will find this. First, let us consider, suppose, or either you can give number also. First, 9 upon 14, which is equal to 4.5 divided by the box. Okay. So 9 is multiplied by such number which we get 4.5. Simple again, 9 half is 45. See here. 7 half is 3.5. Similarly, 9 half is 4.5. So similarly, 9 is also multiplied by 1 by 2. It is divided by 2. If we 9 divided by 2, we will get 4.5. So same thing we are going to do here. Therefore, 9 upon 14, which is equal to 9 multiplied by 1 by 2, divided by 14 multiplied by 1 by 2, which is equal to, here is 4.5 as it is, 17, and divided by 2, at box you will get value as 7. 17 divided by 2. 2 7s are 14. Okay. So you will get this value 4.5 divided by 7. This is your first value, 7. Second, one we will see 9 upon 14, which is equal to, at denominator 42 is there and at numerator box is there. Okay. So now see here, 14 is multiplied by a number which gives 42. So we have to guess that number. 14, how much we get? 42. It is 3s are 14 3s are, we get 42. So similarly here also what you have to do, 9 is also multiplied by 3. 9 3s are 27. So your answer is 27. Here you will write down 27. Only the fill in the blanks are there that we have to fill up by using this property, because they have given us to find the values by using this property. So that's why we are going to use like this, that we are going to multiply the given ratio by such number which we give the answer. One answer is given, second you have to find out. Similarly, the third one we have to find out. Third one is 9 upon 14, which is equal to divided by 3.5. And at numerator, you have to find the value. Okay, clearly we can see that 7's half is 3.5. 14 is half, 14 half 7, 7 half 3.5. So double you have to do. Here we have to here we multiplied by 1 by 2. So there we have to multiply by 1 by 4 because it is fourth fraction. 14, 3.5 is the fourth fraction. Okay. So if you divide 14 by 4, we will get the value 3.5. So here we are going to divide 14 by 1.1 by 4. 14 we are going to multiply by 1 by 4. Means if we divide 14 by 4, we will get the value as 3.5. We will get the value 3.5. So same thing we have to do here also. 9 multiplied by 1 by 4. So what we will get? 2. 4 2s are 8. So first 2 will come. 1 remain 0. So point 10 is there. So 10 means again 2s are right. 2s are 8. 2 remains 0. 20 remains. So 20 means 4 5s are 20. 2.25. 2.25 divided by 3.5. नहीं समझ में आ रहा है? Simple. Divide like this. 4 2s are 8. 1 remain 0. If you are taking 0, take a point. 4 again 2s are 8. 2 remain again 0. 4 5s are 20. And the final answer is 0. So 2.25. Again, if point is there and jumbling is happening there because of point and carry on numbers, then just go on the rough page and solve it. So 9 by 4 is 2.25. So your last box is here, that is 2.25, and we have completed all the boxes. This kind of example may come in your activity section. You have question number 2 for activity, which is for 2 marks. So for that, this type of questions may ask, because whatever the fill in the blanks are there, because one value is given, another value you have to find out. So this kind of question may come to your activity section for 2 marks. Okay. So we have completed here question number 1. Now we will see the question number 2. Okay, what is question number 2? Find the following ratios. Okay, whatever the ratios they have given, that we have to find out. First is the ratio of radius to circumference of a circle. Okay, radius to circumference of circle. So for a circle, we have to find out the radius and circumference. For circle, suppose radius is equal to r. Let us suppose for a circle, radius is equal to r. And what is the circumference then? Circumference of circle. What is the circumference of a circle? Circumference is 2 pi into radius. 2 pi into radius. Radius is what here? R. So you get what here? Circumference of circle is equal to 2 pi r. So for a circle, we suppose radius is equal to r, then we will get the circumference of the circle as 2 pi r. We have to find this ratio. For ratio, or you can write like this, required ratio. Required ratio. What is required ratio? It is required as radius to the circumference of circle, which is equal to radius is how much? R as 2. Circumference, what it is? 2 pi R, which is equal to R upon 2 pi R. Okay. So RR get cancelled. What remains? 1 upon 2 pi, which we can write as 1 as to 2 pi. 1 as to 2 pi. Write it properly. This ratio is equal to 1 as to 2 pi. Simple. Whatever the given is there, that you have to suppose first, because radius and circumference are there. So you have to suppose that radius is equal to R. Then we will get what will be the circumference of that circle. It will become 2 pi into radius, so it is 2 pi R. So whatever the required ratio is, that is radius to its circumference. So we took here radius and circumference, that is R as to 2 pi R. Write it properly in the fraction form. R upon 2 pi R, because R will get cancelled, you will remain only 1 upon 2 pi. So here ratio of radius to circumference is 1 as to 2 pi. Okay. Second one. Very easy kind of examples are there. You have to find out the ratio. Whatever the given statement is there, from that you have to find out just the ratio. Second is ratio of circumference of a circle with radius R to its area. Okay, circumference of a circle with radius R. Here already radius R is given. Okay, here we have supposed that radius is equal to R. But here they, in second question, they have already given that radius is R. So, and ratio we have to take of circumference to its area. Circle का जो circumference और area है, इसका ratio लेना है हमें. And for that they have given that radius is equal to R. Given radius of circle is equal to R. Therefore, circumference of circle. What is the circumference of circle? 2 pi into radius. So again here same value will come, that is 2 pi R. And area of circle. What is area of circle? Area of circle is pi R square. Area of circle is pi R square. Therefore, required ratio. What is the required ratio? Required ratio is of circumference to its area. So we can write it like here in short form also. Circumference to its area. Okay, circumference to area. So we get here 2 pi R as to pi R square. So this we can write as 2 pi R divided by pi R. Okay, R square I am writing like this, R into R, because one R and R get cancelled, pi get cancelled, only 2 upon R remains. At numerator and denominator, pi and R, 1 pi, 1 R get cancelled, so 2 upon R remains, so which is equal to 2 as to, which is equal to 2 as to. Very easy examples are there, only you have to find out the ratios, what ratios we get. Third one, the ratio of diagonal of a square to its side if the length of the side is 7 centimeter. Okay. Now here square is given to us. Suppose this is a square and ratio of the diagonal of a square to its sides. Okay, diagonal and side, its ratio we have to find out, and the value of side is given 7 centimeter. Okay, the value is 7 centimeter. As it is a square, so here it will also become 7, here it will also become, here it will also become 7. All the sides are same. And also we know that in a square all the angles are of 90 degree. All these angles are of 90 degree. So if we suppose this square as ABCD, in this triangle ABC, B is right angle, so here this triangle becomes a right angle triangle, and right angle triangle we can use Pythagoras theorem, because Pythagoras theorem states that hypotenuse square is equal to the addition of remaining two sides square. So if we find this hypotenuse, then we can take the ratio of the diagonal and the side. Okay, this is the required ratio, diagonal to its side. So we don't know the value of this diagonal. So for that we are considering this right angle triangle. Therefore, in triangle ABC by Pythagoras theorem, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Alright, AC is diagonal, that is hypotenuse. So hypotenuse square is equal to addition of remaining two sides square. This is AB plus BC. Now AB is your 7 square, BC is also again your 7 square. 7 square is 49 plus 49, 49 plus 49 becomes 98. Now 98, because this is value of AC square and we need the value of AC. So 98 can be written as 2 into 49. Same thing, 49 plus 49, 98, or 2 into 49. One and the same thing. AC square, because we need the value of AC. To find the value of AC, we took square root on both the sides. So square root of 2 into 49. Now, root can be separated in multiplication, division also. So here root 2 and root 49 will get separated. So we get AC is equal to root 2 multiplied by root 49. Root 49 is what here? 7. 7 sevens are 49. So root 49 will come outside, where that will become 7. So 7 will multiply to here. 7 root 2. So the value here, diagonal, will become 7 root 2. Diagonal will become 7 root 2. Okay. Therefore, now what is the required ratio? Required ratio is diagonal to its side. Diagonal to its side. What is the diagonal? Diagonal is 7 root 2. What is the side? It is 7. So here you get 7 root 2 as to 7. 7 root 2 as to 7, which is equal to, this can be written like this, 7 root 2 divided by 7. Here 7 get cancelled. So what is the answer? Root 2 divided by 1. Don't forget that at denominator there is 1, and that you have to write it down, because you are writing the ratios. Whenever you are writing the ratios, you are writing in this form. Root 2 as to 1. Root 2 as to 1. So this is the square example. Third one, a ratio of a diagonal of a square to its side. This is the required ratio, diagonal to its sides. Okay. Now we will see the next example, fourth example. What is fourth example given to us? That is, the length of sides of a rectangle are 5 cm and 3.5 cm. Find the ratio of its perimeter to area. Okay, what we have to find out? Perimeter to its area of a rectangle. Okay, a rectangle is there. One side is 5 cm, other side is 3.5. Okay, the longest side 5, smaller side 3.5. Length and breadth is given. Perimeter of a rectangle and area of a rectangle. Perimeter is 2 into L plus B and area is L into B. So find out the perimeter. Perimeter of rectangle is equal to 2 into L plus B, which is equal to 2 into 5 plus 3.5. 2 into 8.5, 17. 5 2 is 10. is 70. And area. Area of rectangle, it is L into B, 5 multiplied by 3.5. 5 5s are 25, carry 2, 5 is a 15, plus 2, 17, 17.5. So the required ratio is perimeter to its area. Perimeter is 17, area is 17.5. So simply we will get 17 perimeter as to 17.5 directly. We'll get the ratio of perimeter to its area, that is 17 as to 17.5. Next question. Compare the following pairs of ratios. Okay, compare. Here comes the practice set 4.2's important question, question number 3, that you have to compare the given following ratios. Whatever the following ratios are there, that you have to compare. It is very easy and very important also. First ratio is given to you, that is root 5 divided by 3. 3 divided by root 7. 3 divided by root 7. Very easy kind of examples these are. Now see here, you have to compare that which ratio is greater and which ratio is smaller. Okay. So simple to find out how we are going to find out this ratio is greater and this ratio. Just cross multiply here. Both ratios cross multiply here. So what you will get? Root 5 multiplied by root 7. In between make a box, because which one is greater that we don't know. So for that we are going to solve here 3 into 3. 3 into 3. Whatever the cross multiplication is there, that you have to carry it out and write this box. In between a sign will come. What kind of sign it will come, we will see as we go down. Okay. 5 7s are, because multiplication is there and 2 roots are there, so multiplication can be carried out. 7 5s are, it is 35. 3 3s are, here it is 9, and here it will come again a box. Now see here, 35. 35 is near to which square number? 35 is near to which square number? Now 35 is near to 36 and 36 is 6 square. Suppose that if according to this, if here it is 36, suppose here it is 36. So 36 root is what value? 6 value. 36 value is what here? Directly 6. But here no, it is not 36, it is 35. Only one number is less to 36. So it is near to 6. Near to 6. So its value becomes 6 or less than 6. Because it is 35, it is not 36. 36 hoga to 6 aayega. It is less than means here value is something 5 point some value is there. Now you tell me that if it is 5 and if this is 9, then which number is greater? 9 is always greater. So here this sign will come. 9 will become greater than root 35. So here in this box, it will become 9 is greater than root 35. So if 9 is greater, so the second ratio, whatever the second ratio is there, right side ratio is there, that is greater. So therefore, we can write directly that root 5 divided by 3 is less than 3 upon root 7. Is less than 3 upon root 7. It will come directly. What you have to do? You have to just cross multiply and see which ratio is greater, either this or this. So according to that, you can find it out. Okay. Very easy one it is. Now we will see the second example. This is how you are going to compare the ratios. Second, 3 root 5 divided by 5 root 7, and second ratio is given root 63 divided by root 125. Okay. Now see here, as if we have done in last example, we have just cross multiply and find out the values. But here it were very small numbers and we can get the values directly. But here the numbers are bigger one. Then how we are going to solve this? For this, we can write 63, we can write as 9 sevens are 9 sevens are. So here we can write like this 63, which is equal to root 9 multiplied by root 7. 9 sevens are 63. So root 9 will become here 3 root 7 because 9 is what here? 9 is perfect square. It will come outside the root, that is 3. And here 125. It is again 25 5s are 25 5s are 125 because 25 is perfect square. It will come outside. It is 5 root 7. 5 root 7. Now put these values in the given question. What is the given? Therefore, 3 root 5 divided by 5 root 7. And here also 3 root 7 divided by 5 root 7. 5 root 7. Now see here, 3 upon 5, 3 upon 5. The same ratio at both the side. Either it will get cancelled or we don't have to compare them. Either this both will get cancelled or we don't have to compare them, because in between, if any sign comes, whatever the sign comes in between, these ratios get cancelled. These values will get cancelled. Okay. So we don't have to compare them. So therefore we have what we have, root 5 divided by root 7, and here is root 5. Okay. And here it will become root 7 divided by root 5. Now it is easy to compare. Now you can cross multiply them. Root 5 multiply here, root 7 multiply here. So root 5 multiplied by root 5. In between, box will be there because we don't know the sign. What sign comes in between, that only we have to find out that which is greater and which is smaller. So 5 5s are here, it is 25. Here 7 7s are is 49. Extremely sorry. It is root and root 5 and root 5, it will become 5. Root 7 and root 7, it will become 7 because it will become 7 square. 7 square and root will get cancelled. Only the value 5 and 7 will remain. Now here in between a box is there. Now clearly we can say that 5 is smaller than 7. 5 is less than 7. So here first ratio, whatever the first ratio is there, that is smaller than the second ratio. So given here, what is given here? That is 3 root 5 divided by 3 root 5 divided by 5 root 7 is less than. See here, we can find out the sign which is smaller, greater or equal, which is less than this value. Root 63 divided by root 125 divided by 125. You have to find out the ratio which is smaller and bigger one. Okay. So in this way you are going to solve the next few examples. It is very easy. You can try it. Ma'am. Supriya ma'am. Hello ma'am. Hello ma'am. Supriya ma'am. Hello ma'am. Hello ma'am. Supriya ma'am. Hello ma'am. Supriya ma'am. Students, there is a small break till 9:50. After 9:50, next lecture will be